Good morning, third grade. It is Tuesday, March 31st, the last day of March. We're in lesson 136. Today we're talking about language, comparing things. We talked yesterday about and est, smaller, smallest, bigger, biggest, comparing adjectives. Well, we're going to go a little more into that because we can't always add er and est to the end of things. So some adjectives are too long to add er, est to them. If I saw a beautiful flower, I might say that flower, or that is a beautiful flower. However, if I want to compare two flowers, I wouldn't say of the two flowers, that one is beautifuler. The adjective beautiful is too long to add the suffix to the end. So if I want to say that correctly, I'm going to say of the two flowers, that one is more beautiful. So I add the word more in front of beautiful. When I compare two nouns and I want to use a long adjective to describe them, I use the word more in front of the adjective. If I had three flowers, I would not say of these three flowers, this one is the beautifulest. Beautifulest is not a word. Instead, I would say, of these three flowers, this one is the most beautiful. When I compare three or more nouns and I want to use a long adjective to describe them, I'm going to use most in front of the adjective, or for the adjective. All right, and then we have some that kind of change to make it sound correctly. A few adjectives actually change words when they're used to compare. If I wanted to give a stuffed animal as a gift, this might be a good bag to put it in. When we talk about one noun, we use the adjective good to describe it. This bag is not as tight, so it would be a better bag. When we're comparing two nouns, we can use the adjective better. And then this bag is a perfect size. It is the best bag. When we are comparing more than two nouns, we could use the adjective best. We wouldn't say this one is When we compare these bags, we did not say this one is a good bag, this one is a gooder bag, and this one is the goodest bag. We used good, better, and best. When instead of adding er and est, sometimes adjectives can change completely when they compare nouns. My tongue is a little tight today. So we might say this is a bad day. Today is worse than yesterday. This is the worst day ever. Okay? And so we wouldn't say we wouldn't say worser or worsest. Okay? We use worse and worst. Okay. All right, if you look at your language, you're going to see on page 153 that it says book report. Okay? We're not reading a book right now, but if you I would like for you to try this. Any book in your house, I would like more than just a Dr. Seuss book, but maybe a small chapter book over, and you don't have to have it done for today's lesson, maybe over this week and even next week. Maybe read a book and fill out the book report information on it and give it a try and see how well you do. Okay, and then we're going to look at page 155 for your lesson today. It says use the word more before a long adjective when comparing two nouns. More beautiful, more important. Use the word most before a long adjective when comparing three or more nouns. Most beautiful, most important. Do not add the word more or most and er, est to the same. Bigger is not more bigger. Biggest is not most biggest. Some adjectives change completely. You have bad, worse, worst. Good, better, best. Think A says underline the correct adjective in the parentheses for each comparison. Think B, circle the correct adjective in the box, and then write a declarative sentence using the adjective smaller. All right, that finishes up language for today. In math today, we're going to be talking about our 12 as a factor. So you've learned all your math facts up to this point. I'm going to scoot over here, see if I can get them all on there. Okay, you can kind of see you have learned all of these math facts, the 12 family, except for 12 times 12. So really, the other ones should all be memorized, and all you have left is to know 12 times 12, which I know you can't see right now, is 144. So that helps us know So we know all of our multiplication facts. So that means you have to have all of them memorized now. From the zeros, which 0 and 1 is pretty easy, but you need to know all the way up through 12 and have them memorized. So you're going to do that on your paper today. It says page 271, 12 is a factor. It says 12 hours on a clock face, 2 parts each day, 12 times 2 is 24. So number 1, you're going to fill in the missing number, the answer. Be really careful with those last two. All right, so you're going to do the 12 multiplication family, and like I said, you should already know all of them, but 12 times 12, which is 144. Number 2, you're going to solve the story problem for A and B. A has 2 steps, and so does B, and B is dealing with some fractions. Actually, it has 1 step. Sorry, number 3, you're going to multiply by 11. On the back, number 4, divide and check. Reduce the lowest terms, write the Arabic numerals, round to the nearest dollar, find the fractional part, write the temperatures, and then you got a brain booster. Okay, so that is math. So you're multiplying by 12. Okay, let's do science. We're going to look at on chapter 12, section 2 today, inside bones, which some of you may say, ooh, that's gross. But I love learning about this stuff. I think it's really neat. So on page 181 and 182, it shows you what the inside of a bone looks like. And so that's what we're going to read about today. Bones have layers. The outer layer is called the, this is a big word, periosteum, something similar to that, which consists of blood vessels and nerves. Next is the compact bone, which is the familiar hard white substance that provides strength to the bones. Inside the compact bones is spongy or callous bones. This layer is actually a network of tiny bones called the, there's some big words on this one, trabecularly. Excuse my pronouncing of these words, they're kind of big. Spongy bone acts as a shock absorber. Within the spaces of the spongy bone is bone marrow, which is where the blood cells are formed. The 4 main classifications of bones are long bones, short bones, irregular bones, and flat bones. Each type has a different makeup. For example, long bones are made of compact bone from the shaft to both ends. Spongy bones fill the ends of the bones, and marrow fills the middle of the shaft. Flat bones, like ribs, have a thin layer of spongy bone situated between 2 sheets of compact bone. Each bone is designed with regard to how much weight it must bear and purpose it serves in the body. So you're going to read about the different parts of the inside of the bone today. And then you'll have a little graph on 182 to fill in A, B, C, or D to label it. All right, and that is our science for today. I hope you have an awesome Tuesday. Sorry about the video, it's a little rough today. I hope that you're getting some exercise, getting outside, having some fun time with your family, and we'll see you on Wednesday.